Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of my 5D Secret Garden, where it is a big secret because somewhere or another, I don't think anybody's watching it. You should be watching. This is the Divine Feminine Energy. This is us. We're a collective. We're supposed to be, the ones. Listen, this is what this reading is all going to be about. This is going to be the reading about the rise of the Divine Feminine. Okay? You're going to see just how many karmic readers, just how many fake divine feminines, just so many, karmic people who do these videos that were, high energy at one time, that were, making a lot of videos, or they were just blah, blah, blah. They were doing that with divine feminine energy. They were cloaking it. Now the fact that we took that energy back, these people can't operate the way they were. The most, if they could do one video a day, is fine. I'm not saying I do a lot because we don't have to go crazy like that. But that just shows you the... what's it? That will show you what is really going on, because that'll show you where did their energy go. Why is this person not reading the same? Because Divine Feminine took their energy back. So that's why a lot of these readers, these stray people, they're, look at their thing. They can sell stuff. They have websites selling shit for over $200. These people come from money. You understand? Divine Feminines don't come from money like that. They ain't just sitting there. And, we could do stuff, believe me, but it's very difficult for us to get to that point. We're not sitting there. We don't just hand it a bunch of money. We have to go, we do get inheritance, but we have to go through a lot to get that inheritance. And that's all in different ways. That could be spiritually, that could be financially, that could be whatever. But you're not just going to come on here out of nowhere 4 years ago and then start just, that was built with divine feminine energy, okay? By non-divine feminines, okay? Those people, I know who they are. I know exactly who they are. There's two people. I know who they are. So, believe what you want. So, rise of the divine feminine. What's going to be, we know that's going to be a challenge because God's been waiting to do this for a very long time, because divine feminine is his favorite energy. It's the universe's favorite energy, and it's been the one that's been held down the longest by demons. But now we're in a whole new world, baby. And that don't work no more, especially against somebody like me and the awakened divine feminine. So, Page of Wands in the upright. Inspiration, ideas, discovery, potential, free spirit, exploration, etc. So that's 100% the divine feminine energy. Just brought it up. That's what we're going to be doing. Divine feminine, the rise of the divine feminine energy. It's inspiring. It's an inspiring energy because of what a lot of divine feminines went through. Okay? I've personally been through a lot. Whatever, I don't think about it. I don't want to talk about it. It don't faze me. It's not even worth it, because the more I even give it any life, the more likely it would happen again. So that's why when the past happens, I don't care. It's done. It's illusion. You know what I mean? It's done already. Doesn't mean I didn't do it or it didn't happen. It just means that there's no energy going towards it. I don't have to think about it. I'm not going to look back and say, oh, well, this one did this to me and this person did, or us. We're not going to say that because we don't care enough. These fucking dogs will end up running in my room. Because of this thunder, this dog, you get scared of him. Dogs are, but I don't want him in my room. He's outside all wet. Stink up my room. I don't want that. It's my friend and everything, but listen, if you stink, you ain't covered in my room. Upstairs, my secret spot. Can you dig that, sucker? Alright, so we got this very inspirational DM, rise of the DF, I said. Rise of the divine feminine energy. That's where it's at. It is. It's all over the place. Look at it anywhere. That's the energy. Divine feminine is in charge right now. There is no divine masculine doing anything. You know what I mean? Besides isolating and being scared. That's all, or playing it safe, or in an unhappy relationship, or a karmic situation. They're in not a happy situation. There are not happy days going on over there for the divine masculine. So, Two of Pentacles in the upright, which is multiple priorities, time management, adaptability, balancing decisions. So that makes a lot of sense for the DF because it is the rise of the divine feminine. So it's inspiring with the Page of Wands. You know, we have new ideas, discovering. We have limitless potential. We know who we are. We are excited. We are free. We're independent. It's what we are. It's what the divine feminine is. And then the Two of Pentacles, that is multiple priorities, time management, adaptability, balancing decisions. So that means we have options now. Like I stated, this is what is the divine feminine's biggest fear, is the divine feminine having options. That's also the karmic energy's biggest fear, because then that takes away our energy from them, because then it would no longer siphon our energy from that. That was what they used. That was the last thing they were able to do. That it should have been the end of divine feminine. It should have, but it wasn't. Just that's why it's the rise. We're rising. We're the phoenix. We are the ash. We rise from the ashes. This is what it is. This is what the 8th house is anyway too. But that's what the divine feminine is. They are the ones who get beat down, just like Hulk Hogan, and in the end, they come back and win. It's simple formula, guys. It's been going on for a long time. Every movie has it. It's a divine feminine. Every single hero, from Superman to Batman, they're all divine feminines. That's what it is. That's why being a divine feminine guy is so amazing, because you could literally become like a real life superhero. Because you just can. You can. Because then it gives me, only because of the way the way I could defend. I'm not saying as a like mentally or the spirit. I'm not saying just physically. Okay, physically. Putting physically a divine masculine energy or the divine feminine energy into a person who's physically more intimidating than, a little yeah. All right. You see where I'm going with that? So I'm fortunate. Thank you. Thank you, God. I hope I explained that. I may have not done it right. So, 3 of Wands in reverse. Playing it small. This has been coming out a lot. Playing it small, lack of planning, lack of foresight, unexpected delays, obstacles to long-term goals. So, that could go 2 ways. That could be an energy that we have to, that's a blockage. That's going to, get in the way of this time management. I would say this 2 of Pentacles, this 3 of Wands, this lack of planning, this, that will cause delays because we're not going to be ready for it. So, we're still inspired and we still did things, but, there's going to be blockages. There's going to be, like, writer's block. There's going to be, unexpected delays. Everything is not just going to be one straight ride towards, our goals. But the good news is that we are an empress, whether or not it doesn't make a difference. As we speak, we are an empress energy. We do have options. We have to avoid playing it small, though. We have to remember who we are. We have to know that we don't have to settle. So this 3 of Wands in reverse is us perhaps settling. And that could be settling for a wounded divine masculine, which we won't. So that is a blockage to getting into the way of this time management. Is 2 of Pentacles and this multiple priorities, balancing decisions, options. Hangman in reverse. Delays, standstill, resistance, stalling, indecision, fear of sacrifice, lack of control. Now, that's going to be definitely karmic energies that are going to be doing this to cause. This is basically karmic energy projecting onto divine feminine energy in hopes of delaying it and keeping it in this, not being seen. Like where I'll explain to the videos I'm doing now. I'm not really being seen right now. You understand? But eventually I will. And when people do see me, they're going to say, wow, if they like videos, they're going to say, wow, I really like watching these videos. I know this guy, he's legit, he's genuine, he's real. Like, you know, he don't want nothing from nobody. He ain't like trying to get nothing. He's just giving us information. That's all I want to do. I don't want no likes, subscribes, anything. I just want to give you information. I want to make you understand what I see, because that's the goal. You have to show everybody else how to do this, how to become a divine feminine. You have to, because if you did it, then you know what I mean. You could show other people how to do it that possess divine feminine energy, or it will just end up happening itself because it's evolution. So we're evolution right now. What we are right now is evoluting the universe. But these karmic energies don't want that to change. They don't want this the rise of the divine feminine. So this is the challenge position. So they want us playing small. They want to keep us in this Three of Wands in reverse. They want to keep us in this Hangman in reverse, stalling, putting stuff off, like indecision, fear of like, oh, well, if we do this, and, you know, but it's like we're to the point now we don't even give a fuck. We already lost so much that it's like, what else is there to lose? You know, like, what? Oh, wow, I lost that. I lost a job, or I lost money. It don't fucking matter no more. We don't care no more. You can't hurt us. Take away a love. Take away money. Take away anything. It's not going to affect us. So, it is what it is. It's like, I just got a massage. Sometimes your muscles get a little out of whack. It's good to get a massage because that removes blockages too. That's all that is. That is negative energy being projected onto you that stores itself there. That's people projecting it onto you. That's why you always have this tension in your neck, your back, your shoulders. That's just fucking demons projecting on you. You don't even know about it because you're not hip. You're not privy to this knowledge until God lets you have it. And then people will still say you're crazy, but we don't give a fuck what you say. That's what matters. We don't care. So beat it. Don't worry about what we think. We don't care what you think. We don't give a fuck what you do. Don't worry about what we do. Three of Pentacles in the upright. Teamwork, collaboration, learning, implementation, building. Okay, rise of the divine feminine is going to take all of us being in this Three of Pentacles energy. We have to do this together. It's not one does it and then, you know, everybody's got to come to this. They got to get to this level. They got to get their energy up. They got to do certain things. And if not, they have to learn or find ways to learn. And the way they're going to learn is by finding me on here and me showing you what we need to do to clear these blockages. So we have this Two of Pentacles in the upright, multiple priorities, and this Page of Wands, this inspiring person that is surrounded by the soul tribe, in addition to the other divine feminines to help lead them to where they become the rise. You know what I mean? Get them out of where they ever are. Hopefully, they're all have to be somewhere close because it's a collective energy. So it's all the same shit. It might be different times, different little situations, but for the most part, once it evolutions, then it's done. Once it hits the evolution, and then that energy is to the next level, which will be the 5D. That is the ultimate 5D. That's why this is what gets us there, divine feminine energy. That is why these demons want to stop that, because they know they can't come. They can't come to the new earth. So they're trying to stop it by destroying the divine feminine, the one who leads us there. Eight of Cups in the upright. Disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, walking away, leaving behind. That is exactly what had to happen for the divine feminine to the divine masculine energy. There was no other way that they could get to this, being this inspiration or getting to having these options if they weren't in the Eight of Cups with their divine masculine. Basically walking away, moving on, looking at them as a disappointment, abandoning, withdrawal from them. You know, basically we had to escape from these people, which we did. So divine feminine escaped the trap and tricks of the divine masculine. So that is why the karmic energy now is so in chaos because that was their their ace in the hole. That was their secret. That was the secret gun that was just ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, that was for them. But it's not anymore because we are in Ada. We do not care what they do. We look at them as a disappointment. I've stated this, a divine disappointment. So, and we're inspiring. So, how do we get rid of this Hangman in reverse and this Three of Wands in reverse energy? What is going to be, I mean, it's not too, the delays, stance, so we have to, this playing it small, we have to not saying, maybe put ourselves out there, what we're doing. This is what I'm doing right now. Alright, fine. You're doing something different, you're putting yourself out there, you're not just sitting around, you're with other people, so. Death. Endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, end of a cycle. So I said, what would get rid of this energy? Death is what will get rid of this karmic energy. There needs to be endings, beginnings, changes. Just like the last read, you had the Queen of Swords in reverse is going to get that Ten of Swords in. You know what I mean? There's no other explanation that's going to happen. That's how they're going to be removed. That person is already freaking out. This is why this karmic energy is trying to project that on the divine feminine, because now they see that they're in this Eight of Cups with the divine masculine. They don't have any hold on them now. Now it's like, well, what? Now how are we going to get their attention? So remember, energy goes where attention, or energy flows where attention goes. So if we're over here watching videos about the divine masculine and not getting any information like these videos here, okay, it's about it, but I'm going to give you ways to clear these blockages. I'm just going to tell you I'm going to tell you what we need to do. Okay, so to clear these blockages, and I don't care. I'm a divine feminine throughout, so it doesn't matter. But watching divine masculines that are doing fake stuff to keep our energy, that's not right. And they can't get us, and you know how they'll get us, and they'll even make us pay them for it too. That's the worst part about it. We be paying these people to talk about themselves. That's why, they always want us they keep us in that, all right, it's almost they keep us at a standstill. They keep us stuck. Where we're waiting for, all right, this is what's going to happen. We know it. But now that's over because death is here. Do you understand? That is why these people strain them. They can't make the videos no more like that. Nobody cares no more. If I don't care no more, then nobody's going to care. Everything's going to go down because they're not going to say nothing no more. It's the same thing over and over. Now, there's going to be people that still watch. It'll be a slow decline, but eventually that person will not even be around, and I'll know exactly what happens because it will be that divine masculine energy, because they don't have the energy. They were just, that's why they're isolated right now. It's why, like I said, not even saying they're karmic, but some of these divine masculine readers or karmic readers right this second are not posting like they used to. Not as much, not nearly as much, because they don't even know what to say because they don't have, they're twisted in the head now. You know what I'm saying? They can't focus on this. Because if divine feminine is able to do this and there's a rise of divine feminine, then that means the energy is with us now. Because otherwise we would be in that energy. We would be running around like in jail or, getting in trouble or trying to do some shady, you know what I mean? But we'd have, the energy is with us. The good energy. So that's where, death is going to clear this. Changes, ending. Something big will clear this energy, this playing it small, this, delays. Somebody making a mistake, somebody getting arrested, something happened, somebody coming to tell us something. Something is going to do that. Now will clear this energy. So there may even be a death too. So, Queen of Cups in the upright. That's us. That is our default. That is where we always return to. We were Empress last time. Queen of Cups. Rise of the Divine Feminine. How are we going to get there? No other way besides what our go-to is. Divine Feminine's go-to. Queen of Cups. That is what we do. That's what they said. Oh, we're not good enough because all they got is cups. But then they forgot that cups is what builds abundance. Do you understand? That's why having a 10 of Cups as your foundation will build an unbreakable, never-ending structure that will never be knocked down. And that will be led by this Queen of Cups, who is this in the Page of Wands energy. This is an inspiration. This divine feminine is an inspiration. This Queen of Cups is an inspiration, okay? And they're getting there because people are seeing them for who they are, while they're also seeing who the people are for the divine masculine is. That's why I said these karmic people, they're going to be seen through, because people are going to be, wait a second, this don't make sense no more. You know what I mean? Because they're going to try to, they can't hide it anymore. So you can't hide not being karmic. When you're karmic, you can't hide it, especially from a divine person. You can't. You're just, especially with people's third eye coming on board. So I'm going to try to keep this reading short, though. So I got Queen of Cups, Death, and then I'll do a recap. So we still have right here. So the Devil in the upright. This is still going to be here. This Devil, this is like we at the final boss now. Alright, we're at the end of the game. Okay? Now this is going to come out. This is going to come through all different people. He's going to go through all different people that put us in all different weird situations that we're going to be like, well, what the fuck? Why did that respond to us like that? Why did this person? It's just, that's the Devil, okay? Because then it's going to keep this take us out of this Queen of Cups energy. That's why it's so important for us to not respond. I say the same thing with defense. No response is a powerful response. Remember, life is 10% about what happens to you, and 90% about how you respond to it. So when you don't respond to something, that's why my responsive choice is no response, because nothing can come of it. There's nothing bad can come of it. They cannot be used against you. That is what the Devil does. He uses your responses against you. He likes to keep you stuck. He likes to keep you chasing people. He likes to keep you in that, mentality of it's never enough, indulgent. So something along those lines is going to come to counteract and put this Queen of Cups, in another energy, to get them out of that energy, to avoid this death, this change, this ending, and continue keeping the DF playing it small with this Three of Wands in reverse and this Hangman in reverse. So this is the Devil projecting that at us because they don't want the change. They know the change is here with death. The change is here. The Devil is going. He's going back to hell and never be seen or heard from again. Okay? And who's going to send him there? This Queen of Cups right here. This Queen of Cups is going to do it with unconditional love. Because remember, love is the highest frequency and it's the most powerful. It's the only thing that is actually real. Everything else is an illusion, including the Devil. So remember that. You beat him with love. That's all it comes down to. And it all works out at the end. Every last time. And that is why we are right now the rise of the Divine Feminine. Have a good day.